Are you a realtor who is sick of the poor targeting on your Facebook ads and want to know a bulletproof strategy to laser target your ideal clients when they're actually in the market to make a move in your ideal neighborhood? Well, in this video, we are going to show you exactly how to do that. Hey everybody, my name is Mark Parsons. I'm a licensed realtor with eXp Realty, and I help other realtors and entrepreneurs step up their online marketing to close more deals and get more sales through innovative online strategies. If that sounds like something you're interested in, smash that like button, click to subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell so that you will not miss any new content. In the description below, you can find links to some recommended tutorials, a Zoom link to schedule a one-on-one call with me, or you can check out what we're up to at roundtableagents.com. If I can help in any way at all, or if you have any questions, comment below. I respond to 100% of the comments. Now let's get into it. Now don't get me wrong, I love Facebook and Instagram marketing. You can still use it to get very cheap buyer and seller leads. I've linked to a tutorial below if you want to see step by step how I get sub $3 leads using Facebook. But as with anything in life, if something is cheap, quality can be questionable, which means the leads are likely in many other databases and require a lot of work. But even with that said, if you're willing to put in the work on those cheap leads, over the years I've gotten a lot of repeat business and referrals from those clients that originally came from cheap Facebook leads. But as a top of funnel marketing tactic for realtors, the targeting options on Facebook are kind of trash. The minimum 15-mile radius was the final nail in the coffin for me. Facebook is still a very powerful platform with incredible retargeting capabilities and a beast of an algorithm if leveraged properly, as we will show you in the example in this strategy. So let's jump into it. How do you target your ideal client, the right person in the right place at the right time? And then how do you scale that process? Okay, so let's jump right into it. The strategy to find your ideal client at the ideal time when they're actually in market, and targeting the ideal place where you actually want to be doing business. Facebook's targeting has gotten very watered down. There's just much better options to get way more targeted at that top of funnel level. So I'll just step through the strategy here, and then we'll dive deeper into each step. So first, you want to create an asset to that will get your ideal prospect to identify themselves, to get them to raise their hand and say, yes, it is me that you're talking about. I am he, or he is I. So we'll get into example assets there. Then you want to find the right pond to fish in. You want to make sure that you're throwing this hook, the asset that you're creating. I mean, it could be a lead magnet, it could be a small ebook. I've got lead magnet or server there. I'm going to show you examples. But where are you going to throw that hook to find the right person? You want to make sure that you are in the right pond. Then what you're going to need to do is take them off platform to pixel them, or so that you can track them for Facebook. Now you can also put the same tracking codes in for Google as well, so you can retarget on YouTube or the Google Ads network, which is basically anywhere on the internet. But we're going to stay just focused on Facebook right now. And then from there, you'll create a custom audience on the Facebook URL, so people landing there. And then in the last step, you can actually scale using a special ad audience. So let's hop right into this. So first, create an asset to get your ideal prospect to identify themselves. Now, I'll give you here, let me move myself over here. I'll give you a couple of examples. So here's one. I created a guide to understanding the pre-sale process in British Columbia, which is the province that I am licensed in. So, it's informative for people who are who partner in our group. We actually provide these for you. You can just, we give you the raw file. You can just brand them yourself, put your name, your colors, whatever. But lead magnets right off the bat. This is a lead magnet that will educate someone on the pre-sale process in my area, or in the province that I'm licensed in. So by dangling this, by using this as the hook or the bait, when I'm advertising online, I know when somebody wants this, I know exactly who they are and what they're looking for. So anyway, you want to create a lead magnet. Looks good. It's well branded. Your contact info, everything like that. Another lead magnet that I have is a home buyer and sellers course. So they would get a membership area to here, so, home sellers masterclass, and they can learn that, or home buyers masterclass, but basically something of value that connects with what they're wanting to know. Now, again, for the people who partner with us, we do actually have this all set up for you where you can click it into your account. All the slides are already done for you, and a training on the screen sharing software that we use to do it. So it is very turnkey, but use your imagination of who you want to do business with and what would be valuable to them. And that is how you're going to start on the front end here. So, creating that lead magnet. Or the other thing is surveys, guys. Surveys work great. Everyone likes to take quizzes, and you can really get hyper focused. Like some examples of quizzes: how to know if you're ready to buy your first home, or how do you know if you're ready to downsize quiz, or how do you know if pre-sales are the right, are right for you, or how to know if you're ready to move to the suburbs, whatever it may be. You make these quizzes. People love quizzes, and if you can hang a lead magnet, something of value on the end of it, even better. So this is step number one: how we get hyper focus on who we're identifying. We know that anybody who walks through these quizzes or wants to download these lead magnets, we know they've raised their hand now, and we have identified who they are. Now, the next step is fishing in the right pond. So what do I have here? I have Google ads and YouTube ads. And why is this? Because this is where this is where Facebook has really lost on targeting, especially when it comes to real estate. Now, Facebook used to have all of these options before, but now we have to look years and years back. The reason that your top of funnel is going to be way more effective on connecting with who you want to connect with if you're using Google ads or YouTube. It's because you can target people if they're in market, you can target them by age or income, and you can target them by geographic location. And I'll just give you an example. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'll show you right inside the Google Ads platform how it works here, so you can see what you can actually. Okay, so look, you can choose homeowners, people who own the home or apartment they live in, but still may have mortgages. So these are people you can target. Real estate, people interested in purchasing or renting residential or commercial real estate. People interested in purchasing or renting residential properties, and the list goes on. But what this is you can target people who are in market. Now, how does Google know that? Google knows what they're clicking on, what they're searching for, and their algorithms will tell Google if they are statistically in the process or going to be making a move in the not so distant future. And then Google will put them in market, and you can actually get people so they know if they've been searching on home websites or things like that. But that's how you can get in market, guys. Now, what are some other major advantages of the Google over Facebook? So in Facebook, you're not going to get in market. You will get interest, because on Facebook, they can identify what they've liked, what pages maybe they follow, or things like that. But that's interest-based, where Google is intent. So the information that Google's collecting is, what are they searching for? What websites are they spending their time on? Things like that. So that's how they can know if they're in market. When it comes to demographics, things that you cannot do on Facebook, especially for the special ad categories, which housing falls under, we're all likely realtors, so this applies to us. On Facebook, you cannot select by gender. On Facebook, you cannot select by age. And on Facebook, you can also not select by household income. So think for a moment here, guys. If you want to target in a specific area and you are targeting the top 20% of household income earners, well, you can be pretty sure of the clientele that you will be attracting when you get these clicks. So not a parent or a parent. So if that's important to maybe someone moving up or moving down, things like that. And then you can take age. This you cannot do in Facebook. So you can target by age. And if you know the people that you work with or that you want to work with, maybe in a certain age bracket, or these are also the people who will be more likely to be able to afford your client's home, or whatever the case may be. This is targeting that you cannot get on Facebook there, okay? And then the last thing that really sets Google apart from Facebook of all of those is Location. So you can target directly to the city. In Facebook, you have to have a 15-mile radius. Or is it 15? I think it's 15 miles. Not sure if it's 50 miles or kilometers. But anyway, the radius is much larger than most individual real estate agents want to drive around to do their business, because we all know if you can have 10 listings in one city or one neighborhood, you're going to be able to handle a lot more business and be a lot more effective than if all of your business is spread apart over the metropolitan area of whatever city you live in. So that's where Google as a top of funnel can get you ultra focused on an area here. Okay, so We've created something that will make them identify who they are. Now with Google Ads or YouTube ads, we're able to filter by age, income, location. And I do want to show one thing. You can even go all the way to postal code level here. So this is something, so you can get very, very neighborhood specific. And if you're in the US, then it would be by zip code there, but you can get very, very specific, which you cannot do with Facebook here. So the next thing you got to do when you're marketing on Google, you got to get them off platform so you can pixel them. So you have to get them to a web page. So you're going to advertise here. You're going to give this as the bait for them to come over, but they're going to have to go to your landing page to get this. So the survey or the lead magnet, they're going to come off platform to your landing page. And this is where you can pixel or track them. So for instance, if I'm advertising my ultimate guide to understanding the pre-sale process, well, this is where I'm going to send them. Okay, so when I send them to this page, I can now have them tracked. They're going to come here, learn about it. They can click and download it. But now I have them tracked. I will put the Facebook pixel on here, and I will also put, it's not called the Google pixel, but that's what I call it. I mean, I think it's Google tracking code or whatever. So then you can go to retarget from there. Again, if they go into the home buyer, home seller masterclass here, I'm going to pixel them, and I'll be able to literally make a custom audience of only the people that have landed on this page. And I'll show you that in just 1 second here. So you want to create the value that is going to get them to identify themselves and take action on the ad. The ad is going to run in a place where you can market by location, by income, by age, whatever the case may be. They come here once they're tracked. Once they are tracked, now you can create a custom audience on Facebook by URL. So what that means okay, so this has got a funny URL here, but I can make an audience just based on the people who have landed on this page in Facebook. Now, I do have a Facebook ad secrets for realtor course that is available to everybody who partners with us, so that you can really hit the ground running and understand how to get leads flowing into your business fast. And I can even make a secondary video here, but I don't want to get too deep on tutorial style stuff when we're looking at overall strategy. But creating your custom audience by URL. If we look in here, so under this retargeting, creating custom audiences here. So this course shows you how to create custom audience by your existing database, all website traffic, or what we would be using for this strategy is custom audience for landing page visitors. So then, guys, once you have created your custom audience of people who have landed here, well, now you can start doing your regular Facebook ads, but only to that audience. So you will then be marketing to people that only live in this city or this neighborhood, and that have expressed that they're interested in downsizing. Well, now you can start having extremely relevant and targeted messaging, videos, advertisements going just to this group of people here. And after you get 100 people who come to who hit on this landing page, so you've got 100 people in your custom audience. Of course, you're going to grow bigger, bigger, and bigger, but then you can leverage the power of Facebook's algorithm, because after that, once you have a minimum of 100, now I would recommend getting this audience, custom audience, at least up to 500 before you go to create a special ad audience on Facebook. But what you can do is tell Facebook, here is my custom audience. Now, can you go out and find more people that match this? Facebook has, I believe, they've said over 50,000 data points of every single individual who's on the platform there. That's how micromanage the data they're taking from us is. And what they do is their algorithm is very good at finding matches of other people that are just like this. And then you can have Facebook, then you can scale your advertisement, having the Facebook algorithm find people that match who you very much know exactly who they are because of the first steps here, where if you start on Facebook, they do not allow you to start with the type of targeting you have here. So you're starting from such a much wider net that if you were to create a special ad audience from that wider net, it's very watered down. So you want to start by creating an asset or value or a survey that makes people raise their hand and identify themselves. You want to market to them through the Google Ads platform because you're going to be able to get very specific, and you can make sure it's only hitting or getting in front of people in the neighborhood you want to sell real estate for. You take them off platform to pixel them or get the tracking code on them. This will also allow them to collect on the survey or the lead magnet. They'll get that here. With that, because you're pixeled, every person who lands here is going to go in a bucket that you can create a custom audience to market to on Facebook. So now you're back to square one on, not square one, but you're back at Facebook, where many people are familiar with the Facebook ads platform. If you're not, our Facebook ads platform our Facebook ads course will walk you through everything to head to toe. But Facebook is much more, let's say, user-friendly or intuitive than the Google Ads platform. Not that the Google Ads platform is hard. There's tutorials out there you can follow click by click, but a lot of agents are more comfortable with Facebook. So you get 100 people here, or 500, 1,000. Now any message you sent, is going exactly to the people that you've done here. And you can do this in many different neighborhoods and know exactly where your messaging is going out to. And once you have enough, minimum for Facebook is 100. I say 500, but then you can create your special ad audience. And again, so we've got creating custom audiences down here. It shows creating a lookalike audience. So now they're called special ad audience. Lookalike audience has been changed for the housing and credit industries, I think around a little while back. So the name is different, but the process is the same. You just have to click a button for regarding the special ad category, which housing falls under. It's to do with non-discriminative laws in the US and Canada. So anyway, I'm not going to dive too deep into that right now, but then you would create your special ad audience. So guys, I hope you can see the value of how you can get very, very specific on who and where, which I think is very, very important for realtors in order to provide the best messaging in their advertisements. So that's it, guys. And there you have it, a complete strategy to laser target your ideal audience. If you have any questions, comments, or requests for future videos, comment below. I respond to 100% of my YouTube comments. And if you got some value from this video, give it a thumbs up to motivate me to keep pumping out new content. And don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to see how real estate agents across North America are getting value partnering with us, check out roundtableagents.com or join the free Facebook group for real estate agents, link below. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you on the next video.